Humanity is at a turning point. Alisa, the sovereign mare. Realisa, the wing mare. In order to even begin to understand what's going on in the world right now, you have to be open to the idea of unlearning almost everything you were taught. Humanity is at a turning point. The machine of society is no longer sustainable. People's perceptions and energies are shifting, affecting human brain behavior and causing a reorganization of how people process information. At play is a huge change in government, private property rights, and corporate takeover. The current agenda is unstoppable, moving forward regardless of resistance. There is fractionalization of our world, where assets such as houses and cars are being tokenized and thereby can be bought and sold as a packaged investment instrument on the market. This requires the creation of smart contracts that assign values to these assets. Fresh science finds that plants absorb 31% more CO2 than previously believed. This means the planet is most definitely not at risk of melting down from greenhouse gases, because plants are using those gases to thrive. CO2 is necessary for life to exist. All this time, the climate lobby has been relying on falsified data to back the bizarre claim that CO2 is a pollutant that is destroying the world. In case you didn't know, a 2 megawatt windmill is made up of 260 tons of steel that requires 300 tons of iron ore and 170 tons of coking coal, all mined, transported, and produced by hydrocarbons. A windmill could spin until it falls apart and never generate as much energy as was invested in building it. Then and now, 1970s, save the trees. 2020s, screw the trees. What is this? Where's the grass? Unfortunately, even individuals who are waking up do not understand what is happening. Humanity is being bombarded with tragedies, more and more every day, but most people are still trying to find a solution inside this rotten system. Humanity is in a monumental dead end. This is an evolutionary crisis. It is the end of the human species, the end of the intelligent animal. Each individual must take the decision to stop participating and feeding this horrible illusion, which we believe to be our reality. It is time to dream very hard about the next step, the new Idessa species. It is the separation of me with myself which causes fear. This is where fear comes from. Fear stops the person from contacting his natural common sense. This is how he becomes disconnected from his intelligence and his reason, and therefore he is manipulable at will. From the outside, it is by keeping the human being in forgetfulness of who he is, the creator of the universe, that he is reduced to a fearful sheep who puts his trust in his usurpers. Well played, external authorities, but your beautiful days are numbered. It will not be like that anymore. We are committed to discovering our inner sovereignty and obeying it, because a sheep who is no longer afraid is no longer a sheep. Recently, my soul pushed me with extreme intensity, and therefore I had to listen to her. I faced my greatest fear. I left my family and the world of illusion. The only way forward is to get out of the illusion, out of the triangle of hell. I must remember who I am, and then understand what the hell I'm doing here on earth. I include the links to my video, I'm Out of the Matrix. Booklet number 1 of Personal Creatia, Evolution Towards the New Species. This first booklet was published in French and English in 2008 and in Spanish in 2009. DSG updated this booklet in 2020, but only in French. In order to share this latest information, I will be translating the 2020 French version into English and Spanish. When a similar page is available in the original version, I will include a screenshot of that page, as well as the translated 2020 version. If a similar page is not available, I will include the French page as well as the translated page. Please share this information with awakening individuals. Booklet number 1 of Personal Creatia, Evolution Towards the New Species, pages 24 and 25. Alisa, the Sovereign Mare. My name is Alisa, the Sovereign Mare. I am reborn from my 1,000-year-old nightmare of forgetting my true identity. I finally know who I am, Idessa, unlimited creatrix. I respect the inner authority of my sovereign soul, and I obey it blindly. Farewell to external authorities and their falsehood. No human law has any validity. I surrender to the will of my soul without expectations of results. I learn to trust myself and to leave the security of the flock. I stop believing in the duality of good and evil. I am an individual. My body-soul duality is truly indivisible, and I progress in consciousness towards the body-soul union, the marriage of me with myself. I know the truth and true love. I love without expectation of return. As a sovereign person, I feel free and powerful at the same time, creatrix, responsible and guarantor of everything that happens to me. This gives me inner peace and deep joy. My body vibrates at a higher frequency each time I manage to behave identically in the midst of circumstances that were considered difficult in the past, but that I now consider as evolutionary gifts. I have recipes to put myself back on the path of truth. Victim or creatrix, calamity or opportunity, decide or die. Living as a sovereign mare is another world, a new, unprecedented, mysterious, exciting world. Before, it was inner war, the ego and its lying survival against the soul and real life. Now that I have faith in my all-powerful inner authority, I give free rein to my sovereign soul and I blindly obey it. Fear and war disappear. At the end of the journey, even death is exhausted. I celebrate peace, joy, and harmony in me and around me. However, the journey of the sovereign mare is not easy. Like a child learning to walk, my falls and relapses are numerous and frequent. My sheep fears and doubts resurface when I least expect them. I am in the school of life, the real one. I am training myself to say stop to my lies, my beliefs, my attachments, my protections, my expectations, my desires, my habits, and my judgments. I think, speak, and act in alignment with my soul and conscience, abandoning my old sheep's clothing woven of fear and lies, and my remaining animal survival program. I move on to the new species. Realisa, the winged mare. Realisa, the winged mare, is a mythical animal found in ancient Greek legend. This animal was called Pegasus, a word that means the source. It can travel both on earth, matter, and fly in the air, spirit. It personifies truth consciousness, the one and only substance of the universe, beyond, supra, the mind, where there is no more separation between heaven and earth, between spirit and matter. Its vast spherical gaze encompasses everything and allows it to embrace and unify all differences. Realisa is first and foremost an Idessic being in which the Almighty Spirit can now diffuse its irresistible pulsations and generate a new being, an accomplished Idessa, without separation, fear, or death, unlimited creatrix in the world of matter. She is all, she knows all, and she does all that she wishes. Without beginning or end, she has always been and will always be. Each of her golden pulsations encompasses the past, the present, and the future in an eternal and inalienable bliss, lighter than a gas and denser than a diamond. This new body, soul, spirit, fused being, an individuality, is immortal, beyond the mind, even the most spiritualized. She is outside the law, outside biology, outside the limits of time and space, and outside separation between herself and others. Her coming makes unity, brings world peace, and ensures universal solidarity. Without subject or object, Realisa does not love. She is love. Realisa is everything, the unique substance, Idessa, of which the Word is made. The once unbridgeable abyss between the human being and Idessa has disappeared. Her vision as well as her true action now overflow Elisa's individual framework. Universal, strong, and unlimited, her rays plunge into the hell of the collective subconscious and unconscious. There they meet death, face to face, the one who, with his fear of illness, old age, and lack, generates all the resistances of the body. The battle is fierce and trying, like the brutal aggression of a rat, well hidden in a cellar, on which a laser is pointed. But the light of truth is all powerful and irresistible. It does not simply disturb, it cancels the lie. The separating optical illusion vanishes because it does not exist. Everything is Idessa. The uniqueness and totality of Realisa cannot suffer exclusion. The total realization of Idessa includes all of humanity in its process of transformation. This expansion is being established on earth. A new reign is coming. From millennium slavery to individual sovereignty. In the Orient, in the 20th century, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother discovered and anchored truth consciousness, the supramental consciousness in the earthly atmosphere. Once well anchored, the new consciousness was ready to move on to the next stage, its popularization and propagation. In the West, In the 21st century emerged personal creatia, the power of the sovereign person to govern oneself. Sri Aurobindo's integral yoga goes beyond individual liberation and undertakes collective transformation on earth. After the death of Sri Aurobindo, the mother continued their work, and on February 29, 1956, the supramental consciousness was definitely anchored on earth. One single and sincere look at the present world situation is enough to convince anybody that it has reached a point of no return. Humanity is heading towards a monumental dead end. Let's stop repeating our obsolete ways, which can only bring more suffering. Personal creatia continues the diffusion of truth consciousness in the West. Substantial unity replaces the guru-disciple separation. Let us all spread the contagion of love. I'm out of the game. Like Truman in The Truman Show, I have taken my bow and left a world of illusion, this computer simulation to which I have given authority to manage my life. I leave the theater, where I have played time and time again the roles of disciple, daughter, parent, dentist, entrepreneur, citizen. Today, I devote myself fully and without limits to spreading individual sovereignty, the truth consciousness that I have been experiencing since 2002. Infinite love.